Welcome back. This is Dr. Simon-Cereijido again, and this is the fourth and last video on risk factors for early communication disorders. Many aspects of the physical and social environment can affect the child development. The factors in the physical environment that are important include harmful substances such as air pollution or proximity to toxic sites, and access to various health-related resources such as healthy or unhealthy foods, recreational resources, medical care. Factors in the social environment that are important to health include those related to safety, violence, and social disorder in general, and more specific factors related to the type, quality, and stability of social connections. Social participation and integration in the immediate social environment, that is, the school, the work, the neighborhood, appear to be important to both mental and physical health. Stable social connections and supportive neighborhoods are important too. Here on the slide, you can find some examples of these environmental risk factors. Socio-economic status has been associated to several negative outcomes that in turn may hinder child development. These may include poverty, instability, and parental stress. Interventions such as early Head Start programs are associated with significant gains in cognitive and language development. The physical and mental health of mothers is related to the baby's development. Maternal anxiety is associated with responses affecting the developing fetus. Child reading practices may also affect language development. On this slide, you can see some characteristics or things that may be associated to maternal anxiety or other maternal influences. Now we'll talk about an environmental exposure to lead. Today, at least 4 million households have children living in households that are being exposed to high levels of lead. 5 micrograms per deciliter is the reference level at which the CDC recommends public health actions to be initiated. Lead is a neurotoxic substance and it affects brain development. There is no safe blood lead level in children. Lead exposure can affect nearly every system in the body. Because lead exposure often occurs with no obvious symptom, it frequently goes unrecognized. High exposure increases risk for cognitive and behavioral problems during development. Lead-based paint and lead-contaminated dust in older buildings are the most common sources of lead poisoning in children. Other sources include contaminated air, water, and soil. Adults who work with batteries, do home renovations, or work in auto repair shops also may be exposed to lead. Proper nutrition is good for future growth and development, including motor skills and cognitive development. There is an increasing body of literature that suggests a connection between improved nutrition and optimal brain function. Nutrients provide building blocks that play a critical role in cell proliferation, DNA synthesis, neurotransmitter and hormone metabolism, and are important constituents of enzyme systems in the brain. Brain development is faster in the early years of life compared to the rest of the body, which may make it more vulnerable to dietary deficiencies. In addition, good nutrition supports positive feeding experiences and good social interactions. Malnutrition exists when the body doesn't get sufficient vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. Around 1% of children in the US suffer from malnutrition. Malnutrition contributes to stunted growth, intellectual deficits, and weakened immune systems. Okay, so this is the end of our presentation on environmental risk factors for child development, including communication disorders. Please write down your questions and bring them to class. Thanks a lot.